Joining us now is IDF spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Nadav Shoshani. Thank you so much for speaking with us this morning. We do appreciate it. Can you tell us more about the specific threats from Hezbollah that prompted Israel to launch this preemptive strike? And was the U.S. involved in the operation?
Thanks, Hewitt. This morning we saw a threat of thousands of rocket launchers targeting, aimed at Israel, mostly northern Israel, but also central Israel. And we saw Hezbollah preparing to carry out an attack, a heavy attack of hundreds of rockets towards Israelis, towards Israeli communities. Seeing that, we carried out a strike in self-defense to remove that threat of an attack on Israeli civilians and to prevent a larger attack than the one we've seen today, using active defense to attack these rocket launchers and also to use our aerial defense systems to intercept the rockets coming into Israel. And of course, we've been in very intimate connection with our partners, our counterparts in the CENTCOM along this period of time, with Hezbollah threatening to escalate the situation, threatening to take the Middle East into a larger escalation. We've been in very intimate conversations with our counterparts in the U.S., making sure we're able to defend ourselves and making sure we are able to do that without creating a larger escalation in the Middle East.
And forgive me, just to be specific, when you say communication with the U.S., was the U.S. specifically involved in the operation, though, in terms of firepower, shooting down some of those rockets and drones?
This was an Israeli operation. This was an Israeli endeavor also to remove the threat of the rocket launchers and also to intercept the rocket and UAVs on the way. It was solely an Israeli operation. But as I said before, we have great connections with our counterparts, planning, backing us up, and working together to cut down the tensions, defend Israeli civilians, and prevent a wider escalation in the Middle East.
And so Hezbollah is also claiming success this morning. Can you give us an assessment on whether their rocket attacks caused any damage or casualties in Israel?
I can tell you there was very little effect to their attack. We were very successful intercepting it. As I said, also using the active defense, but also intercepting them with our aerial defense systems. Very little hits, mostly shrapnel from our aerial defense systems, and they were not able to hit bases or main targets.
Is Israel now planning for and actively engaging in a wider regional conflict?
As we said, and this is not a war we started, not with Hamas and not with Hezbollah. We are protecting our country, we are protecting our civilians, we are fighting for our existence, and our goal is to bring back peace for our people, to bring back over 100,000 people to their homes in the south and in the north. You know, our school year is starting in a few days, and the people living in the north are not going to start their school year. So our goal is to push away Hezbollah, is to protect our civilians, and we have no goal of a wider escalation, but we will protect our people, and we will attack back when we are attacked from terror organizations.
And speaking of that peace in the region, as you know, talks were supposed to resume this week over a possible ceasefire and hostage exchange with Hamas. Is there any hope left for a breakthrough after this escalation?
One of our main goals in this war is bringing home our hostages. That's one of our main goals, and it could be done in military pressure and military operations or in a hostage deal. And we have hope for both, and we're working for both. And I don't think these morning events affect that directly. We still have hopes for the talks, but we're also ready to keep fighting in Gaza and to use military pressure to bring back our hostages.
Lieutenant Colonel Nadav Shoshani, thank you so much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it. And we will continue to follow the breaking story throughout the morning here on ABC News and ABC News Live.